So I talked about this game Code Violet a few weeks ago when I had a little bit of a run-in with the studio Team Kill Media on social media when they blocked me when I was reporting on a situation that I disagreed with. And I thought that was fascinating. What they were doing, just to bring people up to speed, was they created this nonsensical argument that apparently their actress was just so beautiful and they didn't want people to mod her in games and put outfits on her that they didn't approve of. So they aren't putting the game on Steam PC for that reason alone, apparently. And they weren't putting it on Xbox because the SSD hard drive wouldn't be good enough or compatible enough with their game or whatever BS they were trying to push to people. So it was only coming out on PlayStation 5. And everybody, not just me, everybody was like, what? This is a very strange. Like, if it was just coming out on PS5, people would just be like, okay, they probably have an exclusive deal with Sony or something, and nobody would even question it. But because the developer proactively put it out there, like, we don't want people modding our game, that raised a lot of eyebrows. And people are like, are they just trying to get attention on this? And people started doing research and digging into this Team Kill Media developer, and all their previous games were garbage, like 2 out of 10 on ratings and stuff. And people started realizing, oh, okay, it's one of those. But the video of the game actually didn't look terrible. So when this trailer came out, people were looking at it like, oh, the game looks really good. What could possibly be the issue? Why is there any problem with the character on Xbox and Steam PC? And they were claiming it's because they didn't want people modding it. So it was just going on Sony. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe they learned their lessons from the previous games that were garbage, because the trailer makes it look like it's like a retro themed Dino Crisis in the spirit of how that was made. Similar camera angles to that and Resident Evil, stuff like that. Trying to sell the beautiful protagonist, the ass shots everywhere she walks. It looks cool. They did a really good job selling the idea of this game. But then when you actually did research and dove into what they were saying about it, it got very weird. So they had a new controversy start today because the game is getting reviews from official outlets and they're not good. IGN giving it a 4, Push Square giving it a 4, many outlets giving it less than that. And they said on X, we make games for our fans and players who actually spend their hard-earned money on our games and support us, not critics. So, okay, so now it's the critics are against you. This is like the victimhood complex. Everyone's against these people. Every time people call them out, even if it's cordially, they take offense to it. It's a hardcore victim complex. Fans made us number one, and fans are having fun with our quote unquote dated old school gameplay. So again, made us number one where? What fans are having fun? The game's not out yet. Who are you talking to? And they're quote unquote dated. They're trying to say that the review outlets are making fun of it and knocking it points because it's an older style game, which has nothing to do with an indie game that's made based on an older style game. You all have made Cold Violet our biggest success to date and still have one day to full release. We can't thank all you enough. And this guy, just stop developing games. Push Square gave it a 4. Code Violet is a mess. Crummy combat, tedious exploration, technical problems. IGN, Code Violet is not the Dino Crisis successor you may have hoped for. It doesn't even clear the bar. So other people talking about it, lots of issues coming from it. And so the next thing they update with is, we've successfully found fixes for the bugs that some of you have reported to us. Again, remember, the game is not out yet. So this is all just PR damage control that they're running and saying, oh yeah, what those reviews were saying, we actually have a patch for it. So now it's actually fine. And now testing a new patch that will solve them. This will also include a requested size option for subtitles. 3 sizes. Oh, because that's what I care about in a shitty, buggy game, to make sure I have more size options for my subtitles. Thank you so much to everyone and your constructive feedback. It led us in the right direction to finding what was causing these few bugs, and now they will be squashed. We will try our best to get this patch out by tonight. We have to test through everything first, and as soon as we can confirm everything is good to go, we will let all of you know. So they were already ready to launch this game and had so many poor performance issues and bugs that it was getting a 4 on IGN. And magically they found them all and they're fixing them all, and it's going to be perfectly fine by launch day. Why didn't you just fix them first? I said Code Violet gets a 4 from IGN. That likely explains why they were already going on the defense proactively a few weeks ago. They knew their game was shite. And shout out to Jay Viper. He did a lot of legwork for this. He says Code Violet is currently number 79 on the PlayStation Store. You can find it on the 4th page of top sellers. 4th page. And here is probably the biggest takeaway that I want people to get from this conversation. A $50 game, $49.99 USD. And when you put together, it's a shit game from a shit company, and they're already throwing daggers at the community for questioning why it's only on PlayStation 5. You put the puzzle pieces together and you realize, oh, it's because PlayStation 5 has the shittiest refund policy out there. Steam, you can get 2 hours and get your refund without a problem. Xbox, very similar, not as hard to get your money back on it. It's not going to function on a Nintendo Switch probably. So really, and working with Nintendo and getting it on there, is it worth it to them? So really, the only option for them is PlayStation 5, knowing that people, once they buy the game, they sell them on the idea. They sell them on the idea of it looking like Dino Crisis, of the main protagonist being attractive. Oh my God, this game's awesome. I've been waiting for another Dino Crisis for 30 years, it feels like. I have to have it. This is going to fit that bill. I'm going to pre-order it. I'm going to get it day one. I don't know, by the way, if you pre-order a game on PlayStation, if you can cancel the pre-order. I think once you buy it, they already got your money. So that's why I always say, do not pre-order, because companies are going to deceive you every chance they get. Varadark says, oh, wow, doubling down. What a great idea. Clearly, the quote-unquote 2 individuals who disliked it are really bugging you guys. Team Kill Media, the fans and players love Code Violet. The opinions of 2 individuals who didn't like it have no effect. Code Violet has been and continues to be a massive success. The game has not released yet. You cannot say that. You are lying. These are liars. They are straight up disingenuous, trying to just push propaganda and say that, just tell you, just don't believe what people are telling you. Believe us, because we're saying it's great. Our fans and players are the ones who matter. What bullshit. Team Kill Media blocked you. Which, to their credit, by the way, when I covered them on the previous video, just giving the information, they blocked me. And when I called them out in my video, they unblocked me. I was like, oh, at least they listened and unblocked me. They're pulling this shit. They're going to block me again. I don't care. Fuck this developer. Lying to the community. I'm done with you. Madam Savvy, lol, love my ass off even. They tried to virtue signal and didn't get extra points because their other games have similar low scores. Instead of making something that appealed to someone, they tried to appeal to everyone, and it just didn't work. Better luck next time. And quote tweeting, saying the screenshot, the fans and players love Code Violet. No, they don't. Quote tweeting Pirate Nation. Code Violet, the game that will not be on PC because the devs do not want quote unquote vulgar mods, has reviews out. IGN 4 out of 10. Push Square 4 out of 10. Code Violet is a bad game. Code Violet is a mess. Now, again, take reviewer scores with a grain of salt, especially IGN. But at the end of the day, at the same time, like, put two and two together with a developer that has a history of terrible games and attacking the community, and now they're doing it again. And there's multiple parties in official review sources that are saying similar things about this game. I can't help but think that it's going to be a mess. If it was coming to Steam, I would not feel that way. I would say, you know what? No, because people can play it on Steam and refund it if they don't like it, and we can make our own decisions on it from that. Because it's being excluded from Steam specifically, I am inclined to believe anything outside of what this developer is saying. Jay Viper, update. Metacritic has now deleted, or at least hidden, these sus Code Violet reviews. And he reported previously, everything around Code Violet stinks. Metacritic only hosts 2 critic reviews for now, with the game releasing tomorrow, January 10th. Yet somehow there are 12 perfect 10 user reviews with no written review. Tags Metacritic normally doesn't host user reviews until 36 hours after release. Today is January 9th. So I was watching Jay Viper earlier today as well, and good on him for calling this out. What we are thinking happened here is that they had an earlier release date and then delayed it. And because they didn't update that with Metacritic, they were able to inject 10 out of 10s when you weren't able to release the game, or weren't able to score the game because it hadn't launched yet, because it hadn't updated on Metacritic. But then kudos to Jay Viper for tagging Metacritic. And then after he tagged them, they updated it and removed those reviews because the game is not out yet, so they shouldn't count. This is a live look at Metacritic right now. IGN Spain, 40, Push Square, 40. That's 4 out of 10, 4 out of 10. The Escapist, TBD. Push Square, 4 out of 10, 4. So 3 4s out of 10. Not great. Paradark. Too bad modders can't fix this one. Code Violet is not the Dino Crisis successor you may have hoped for. It doesn't even clear the bar of being a successful clone of the various other third-person shooters it cribs most of its ideas from. Its dated map, layouts, and visual style let its predecessors down. The only weight I felt it in its convoluted story and flat. It goes on. Code Violet is a mess. Crummy combat, tedious exploration, technical problems, sexy costumes, and horny camera work seem at odds with both Violet as a character and the tone of the writing. Even at 6 hours long, it's tough to recommend because in just 6 hours, you could watch Jurassic Park 3 times. Sounds like they need a motorcycle and desert area to capture some green gemstones to artificially extend the gameplay time. But in all seriousness, I find it funny that this is the same developer that was trying to lambast the gaming community for not putting sexy mods on their main character. Meanwhile, they have the camera staring up at her ass the whole time you're playing the game from a sexy angle, and then try to say, don't make her sexy. Like, we're supposed to believe you? I'll leave it at this too. This is G-Man Lives. Code Violet is easily one of the worst games I've ever played. I'm genuinely baffled to how the developers think they can charge almost $80 for this crap. That must be somewhere else. I've played $10 Unreal Engine asset flips on Steam that are better, and that's saying a lot. IGN's 4 out of 10 was too generous. Let's take a look at this. And again, she's like in her underwear and like t-shirt, and they're saying they didn't want people to mod her, like, but they did it to her. They are liars at the end of the day. It's just terrible gameplay. Oof. Can't see shit. Already on top. No lighting at all. Where's the lighting? Violet is dead. Yes. Code Violet is dead. DOA. This is one of those games that they were trying to trick the gaming community into, hey, it's hot female protagonist. Buy this game. Chuds, it's going to be great. And hopefully we can make our money and run. because people won't be able to get their money back from PlayStation and Sony. It's so scummy. It's so scummy. I would argue if it did come out on Steam, sure, there'd be a shitload of returns. It would have shitty reviews. It'd be ultimately mostly negative, but long run, they would have made more money because larger audience, more people would have been able to buy it, and more people would have. The sheer just curiosity factor. But $50, why not make it $15 and put it on Steam? People would be less inclined to return it, and you'd have more money from it. It's a very strange decision. Greedy developers, and at the end of the day, ultimately, I feel untruthful, lying, lie by omission type developers. But I'll leave that there.